Hi, everyone. I am Jessica Marshall, founder of Microloc Mastery. You ever wonder or know someone who wonders if their microlocs are on course, if it's supposed to do that, or if it's really thriving, it's really at its best. Sometimes you might even have concerns about some things that are happening, right? So I wanted to quickly make this video to quickly talk about how to know when your microlocs are thriving. Okay. I think it's really important to know the signs of what to look for. And also, I'll share, a lot of these things I've experienced. Oh, by the way, I knew I was going to hear feedback. By the way, you don't have to applaud for me or anything, but my hair turned 18 years old, January 2nd, 2026. I'm so excited. I don't know. I haven't shared it with anybody. I didn't even think about it until like January 7th. I was like, my lock anniversary passed. So I got my hair installed at the time. Y'all know the story. I just said locks. And then I said micro locks on January 2nd, 2008. So my hair has turned, if I did the math right, 18. Anyway, so I've been through a long journey with this, and served hundreds of clients, or serviced hundreds of clients out of Brooklyn, New York, and New Jersey. And so I have a few things that I want to talk about really quickly, so you know how to know when your micro locks are thriving. All right. So the very first important thing is that you have little to no repairs needed. So your locks are damage free. All right, at that point, when they're thriving, because if you have followed some of my information, you know that there's a chart, a graph of, gosh, my brain is not kicking in today on Monday, how the locks develop. So, with different time ranges. And so when you get to a certain point, you should be maintaining your hair should be in a thriving. That's also a part of our four step framework. And the fourth step is growth and flourish. So I'm talking about that phase. How do you know when you've gotten to that phase? So little to no repairs needed. Your locks are damage free. They also are staying in. You don't have locks that are coming out. And you also have consistent retightening times, predictable, because at this point, there isn't any repairs being done. So you're getting right to the new growth, all the time, new growth. If you come on a regular schedule, you should know it should be almost to the T. So I have clients, we know exactly that there'll be 3 hours, exactly there'll be 4, some are 5, and not any shorter, because that's just the quickest some people have different times. So you can have that consistency in that time, because you are addressing the new growth, and all the rest of the lock is good and strong. You rarely, like I said, if at all, lose locks. If you are losing more than 2 locks at a time, then you might want to figure out what is going on. Occasionally, there's occasional, depending on what's happening, that you might lose a lock. But if you are consistently losing locks, there's something going on. They could be something that might need to be addressed. And I think they could be in a better state to be considered thriving. Okay. Your locks do not unravel. So if there's any unraveling happening, there's any, puffy, like there's bunching and slipping, and all that happens in the different phases. But at some point, when it's in its thriving, its growth and flourish phase, there shouldn't be any unraveling. Okay. So your locks are not unraveling. This is a really important one. Your hair and scalp become healthier, right? So any previous scalp issues, and this happens a lot, and if this has happened to you, let me know, but this happens a lot, and it's happened to me as well. Those conditions that you used to have with your scalp, you used to have that excess dandruff, or dandruff is a big one. I had a lot of dandruff, and all of a sudden, no issue. I mean, it's gross if I tell you, like, scratching it and just flakes everywhere. I noticed that as well with clients who previously had a lot of dandruff. That used to be their thing. And there's many reasons for that. I think the elimination of a lot of products. I think the um, balance that your scalp gets to at a certain point when it's healthy, when it's not constantly being coated with it's suffocated and it can't breathe properly. It does balance out the way that it I feel secretes oil in response to the environment. So it's a healthier state. So you really might see that happening, as well as I think I always tell people my struggle edges that I used to have breakage in a lot of areas of my head. My hair is considered very fragile, and like the perms would make it very weak. I couldn't color and perm. Like I did something one time and my hair was just melting off. So my hair was very sensitive. And even when I used to get braids, micro braids, all these different things, it would always damage my edges. And to the point where it would be like a bald. Once I got these locks put in, it was within that first year that my hair was growing back in, and we were creating a new lock, and I had my edges feel like they were being restored. When they're done correctly, no excess tension, no tools that are ripping your hair out your scalp, etc. You should see that your hair gets healthier. That is one of the beautiful things about this. Because it's healthier, you will also know your hair is thriving because you might have more hair volume. It might seem fuller. Um, of course, no breakage and thinning helps with that. But now you're not shedding your hair as much as you would if it were loose. You're kind of retaining. This is why we're able to get lengths that we previously couldn't get until we locked our hair. But with that health and less breakage comes that the maximum volume that you could have. So again, I don't have the thickest hair, but my hair has been the healthiest and thickest with locks, even though um, it is very, if I were to take these out on permanent, my hair would be so thin, you could see through it. And so I love that I'm able to get the volume and healthiness that I previously couldn't achieve. You are able to do the styles you desire. That's really key. It's thriving when you feel like you can do what you feel like you want to do with it. Um, if you like curls, if you like long hair, you can achieve all those things when your hair is in a thriving state. And I'm gonna make sure I don't skip a point because I wrote down some notes. There's consistency. There's consistency, and locks are pretty seamless. When it's in a thriving state, you have a lot of you're mainly doing new growth. You're retightening new growth. Your new growth maintenance should be consistent. So you will see the consistency continue to grow out. That's how you sometimes when people hop around or switch tools, switch people, etc., then they may tend to see some things different. And I tell y'all, I get into those discussions of patterns and rotation I've talked about many times in over the past I don't know how many years, but I noticed um, sometimes they're a little overcomplicated rotations, backwards, forwards. All these different numbers are not necessary, and it sometimes can create inconsistencies. Fat, skinny. So when you pull the lock out, you're seeing like all different bumps and oh, maybe that's not necessarily the biggest issue. Like maybe that's not an issue for someone, but if you are pulling it through your scalp, it's catching, it's ripping, it can cause more problems. And it has. I've seen people because of a fat area on their lock, an end or a bump in the middle or something, when they pull it through, it's ripping, it's snagging. And guess what happens over time? That area thins out and that lock is now thinning out. And if it's not maintained regularly and repaired, then it's the one that comes out eventually because it's too thin at the base. So the consistency and the seamlessness is not just always cosmetic, it's also logistic wise, it's strength wise. If you think of a rope or a long string or something and there's a weak spot in it, you're actually pulling the hair to pull it through. You're pulling the hair to style it. You're pulling the hair to put product in. You're constantly manipulating it. And a weak area can get weaker and weaker until that's the point of breakage. So the seamlessness is really important, I feel. So ultimately, one of the most important things though, right, is that you love the look, right? It's what you wanted. and your hair maintenance routines are easier for you, your life is easier for you, that is that's, I think most people um like locks for that. Most people, I don't want to say most, but many people seek locks for that ease of lifestyle. um you don't have to do the same things you had to do when your hair was loose natural. Definitely, I don't have like all day conditioning and then doing this and letting it sit. No, I don't have to do those things, and I can just literally go. And that ease and loving how your hair looks and being able to do what you want to do with it and have it be healthy ultimately is a great sign that your microlocks are thriving. So if you have any of these things, if you're experiencing any of these things, um, that would be a sign that there is maybe a problem that might need to get addressed. You might need some repair, some refinement. You might need to look at the tools. You might need to look at your maintenance routine. And so, if you are, I'll give you a couple of resources with Microlock Mastery. First of all, if you're looking for a provider, we have a network. I have to do the full total, but we have hundreds that have gone through our program, and we have certified professionals throughout the world. And so many of them are on the Microlock directory, many aren't, many are going to be on it. So check frequently, microlockdirectory.com, if you're looking for a professional. We've just certified some new people, so new people will be on here. We're actually doing a whole directory training this Thursday. So look for some more people to be added on there that want to take clients. The second thing is, if you're looking for support, to learn yourself, we have many different options. So the retightening program is one of the options that people find for themselves to be a great opportunity to learn how to do this skill, also learn repair and refinement. I do not teach a training in our program without teaching you repair and refinement. That is key. And so you will learn how to do that as well as maintain. And there's different types of repairs needed. And so we do basic repair, and then we also have advanced level repair. So with the retightening, if you're interested in learning that, we also have a full program. You want to know from A to Z: installation, consultation, maintenance, retightening, grooming, repair, all of that in our program. And then we have our extensions program. So those options are in advanced repair. So there's techniques that, if the hair is at a point where it's severely damaged so there's certain types of damage that I think can be addressed, and certain type of damage that require different type of specialties, like a dermatologist or a medical doctor. And there's some that reattaching some locks, but the hair is still strong, whatever. So we teach those techniques as well. So if you're interested in learning, you can go to microlockmastery.com and you can learn about our programs, sign up. We also have free webinar. Oh, and let me tell you, speaking of free, got some free things coming up this week and this month. So tomorrow, if you are a member, a Microlock Mastery member, you might have access to our community, a trial. We're having a member meeting tomorrow. It's free. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meet our team, get information. I think it's a nice time for us to come together, ask your questions, etc. Additionally, Wednesday and Thursday, we have a free 2-day affiliate training. So if you are interested in affiliate marketing, or you've been sharing about this program, you're in this program, want to be in this program, you want to earn money, you know about it, or you want to know about it, this is a training. This training is awesome. It's run by our team member, Nicole. She gives you so much information, workbooks and everything. We kick off the first free day in our Facebook group, which is freemicrolocktraining.com/join. I will put that link on the bottom. It is an event on the event page. We see y'all RSVPing, looking forward to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the link at the bottom, and you can join the Facebook group. The second day is going to be in our community. So if you join the Facebook group and you're like, how can I get in this community for free? Join the first day, and then she'll show you how to get into it the second day. Also, if you downloaded our app, Microlock Mastery, in the App Store, Google Play, App App Store. You find Microloc Mastery. You can join that way. You get a free trial. You get a free trial and a bunch of free resources. And we're getting ready to do a bunch of things for 2026. I didn't announce it publicly. Okay, so that, and then on Thursday, if you are in our program, or if you want to get your directory listing up, we're doing a directory listing training Friday at 12 noon. But the big thing, we have a bunch of stuff going on, but another big thing I want to let y'all know is that we will have, what day is that? Our next group coaching cycle is January 28th, the Monday, January 28th. It's a 5-week free bonus support for people in the program. As long as you're in the program, you can do unlimited amounts of group coaching. We walk you through the curriculum, making sure that you meet those milestones to certification. So when you sign up and you're like, you know what, I need accountability. I want to know clearly. I want to have right discussions in real time with my coaches. You can join the group coaching. If you want to enroll and you join before group coaching, that's a perfect time. So group coaching starts January 28th. I will be doing a free training before that in the Facebook group. Another platform I haven't yet decided, but it will be accessible to people, the public who wants to join. So stay tuned for that. If you are in our Facebook group, on the bottom, you always get first dibs on information. You always can get access to the free trainings and materials. All right. So if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to us on the contact, put a comment below, inbox. I see some of y'all inboxes and stuff now. Thank y'all. If you're keeping the questions coming, and for some support too. I see the support. So I wish y'all all beautiful hair, because it is life-changing. It definitely feels amazing when you are supported and you are able to achieve the results that you desire. So we're here for you on that journey. And thank y'all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye.